Welcome everyone to Mobile Rolling. Yes, we're on the couch, but we've got a story that's going to keep you wide awake. We're not going to fall asleep on the couch today, I can tell you that. I'm going to interview a man that I've known for a long time, as long as I can remember, involved in the family with harness racing. We're going to find out his story and his family members that have gone on into harness racing. He's a local here at Globe Derby. This is his second home. We're at Globe Derby right now, and he lives here virtually with his wife Val every day when he's not at his proper home, and that's Donnie Thomas. So after the break, we're going to have a chat with Donnie Thomas about his history in harness racing in South Australia. Welcome back to Mobile Rolling. Here's the man, Donnie Thomas. Donnie, great to interview you, great to be with you. And I was trying to work out how long I've known you, because I remember being at your place you live just up the road from Ridley Grove.
2 doors from the Ridley Grove School.
2 doors down. And I reckon I was about 5 or 6, maybe 7 years of age when you and your wife Val let me stay there for the day.
Yeah.
So look, I'm nearly 60, so I've known you, I reckon, at least 55 years.
Yeah, that'd be probably right, Jim. Yeah.
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 So I know a little bit about you, and I know your association with the Jakes family with harness racing. But let's talk about you to start off with. Where did your life start, and how did you get involved in harness racing?
Well, I was born in North Adelaide and one of 13 kids.
Really? Yeah.
Yes. We had nothing. My father passed away when I was 6 or 7 years old, and my mother brought us kids up, and we never had nothing. And when I was 15 or 16, I met Val crossing the Port Road, and I tried to whistle her up, and she turned around and come back and give me a what-oh. Yeah. And then as she walked off, she said, "Oh, you can take me to the pictures if you like." Yeah. So from then on, Val was 16, nearly 17 when I married her. Yeah. And we moved to Woodville Gardens and got a housing trust home and moved down there. Yeah. And I met Bob Jakes because he was the milkman. Okay. And he used to tell, I knew he was driving at the trots, and I used to always ask him for a tip. And eventually we got pretty close, and we just, wherever Bob went, I went in the finish. Yeah. And one day he pulled up and said to me, "Oh, I've got this horse, so you want to go in it with me?" And I said, "Oh, well, I'll try." But he said, yeah, and the horse was called Lingalonga. Okay, yeah. He wasn't any good. Yep. But the bug bit. Okay. And then the next horse I had with him was a horse called Light Raider. Yep. And we got her off a man from the southeast called Johnny Smith. At the same time as he got Light Raider, he got Miss Deluge, I think. Miss Deluge? Yes. Okay, Stan Abbott ended up having her. Yeah, well, he got the 2 of them. A Light Raider won a couple, but Miss Deluge was a real good horse. Yeah, I remember her. Had a lot of ability. Bobby used to call her the female minor Derby. Yes. One night at Wavell seen her they started in the back straight, and the other horses were at the winning post on the first lap, and she was still in the back straight, and she got up and won. Yeah. And Bobby had thought she could win, so we got a quid that night. So that's how it all started, and eventually I started to do it myself. Yeah. You mentioned Light Raider because we spoke earlier. You said that you even gave my dad a few drives on Light Raider. Harold used to drive. Your dad used to drive Light Raider for us. Yes. Yes. So there's that very close family association.
going back to the start, you said you met Val when you were 15 years of age?
She was 15.
She was 15?
I was 16.
You were 16. How old are you now?
80, nearly 85.
Really?
Yes.
So nearly 70 years
Yes.
together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, been together all that time.
Yeah. She can put up with a lot, can't she?
Well, I'll tell you something, Jim. Yeah. They don't make them like her anymore.
Yeah. No, she's been. Look, I know Val's been there for you and every one of your family all the way through.
Yes.
She's the absolute epitome of a great wife, a great mother, a fantastic grandmother, and now a magnificent great-great-grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been there for all of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great woman.
And whenever I see you, I always see Val. Always side by side.
Yeah, well, we've never been any different. Wherever I go, she goes. Wherever she goes, I go.
Yeah, absolute soulmates, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've won the lottery there, Don?
Well, yeah, I'd have to say yeah. I hope she's not listening at the moment.
You said you started off as a poor family, but I mean you're a rich family in love with your wife.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got lucky with Bob, and eventually we own our own house now, and it's just something. When I was a little kid, I never thought we'd get to that stage.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Through the trotting game, we've had a few nice horses, and we've managed to get a good start and give the kids that we've got a good start.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's go back to you got the bug of being involved in harness racing, and that was in ownership to start off with.
Yeah, with Bob.
Yeah, with Bobby Jakes. Okay, so he was your local Milky, and I've got to say he obviously trusted you because he didn't go out asking people to be in horses with him that often. I've got to say that because I know that through Bobby, right? But obviously you had a good friendship and association. I know that watching you come out to the stables when Bobby was located at Bolivar, I think you built the float for him or something like that.
Yeah, I built his float for him, yes.
So what was your background as far as...
I was a boilermaker welder. That was my trade.
Yeah.
And I worked at that until I was 65 before and retired. And, but eventually we got the real bug, and Bob said, why don't you get a couple of horses of your own? So we did, and Bob used to help us with them, and well, he always drove them.
Yep.
And gradually Peter got interested in him, and he got the bug worse than me, Peter, because he wanted to drive, and he learnt to break them in through Bobby, and he ended up being a pretty good driver, Peter.
Yeah, very skillful, very skillful. And like he was jockey-sized person, same as Bobby as well.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And I know that Peter always said to me, he said, geez, he said, your uncle just gave me so many tips, little tips of different tracks on when to go, when not to go.
Yes, he did. Yes, he knew all the tricks, Bob. I would say that in his day, Bob was one of the best money drivers they had here.
Yeah.
He knew when you could put $1 on, and he usually saluted too.
Yeah. Did he tip you any good winners, Donnie?
Yeah, I remember one night at Wavell, it's probably 45, nearly 50 years ago. He tipped me a horse at Wavell called Sicey that Bill Ellis trained. I think his name was Bill Ellis.
Yep, yep.
Buddy Ellis's father.
Yeah, you're right there, Bill. Yep.
It was off 20 metres, and he said to me, this horse will just about win tonight, Donnie. And I said, oh yeah. So anyway, he put his hand in his pocket and he gave me some money. He said, go out there and put this on for me. And I went into the ring, and I can still remember the name of the bookmaker. I had 20, I think it was pounds then, £20 each way on it at 50 to 1.
Yeah.
And as I walked away, the bookmaker said to me, "That horse can't win. Do you want to have another bet?" So I got another £20 each way, and with a bookmaker called Rod Duke,
Yep.
who was one of the leaders of the ring in them days out there. And anyway, this horse, it won by the length of the straight.
It's a big collect.
Wasn't it? Yes.
There's a couple of £1,000 there that you've collected plus.
Yes, I think we all up got nearly £5,000.
Yeah.
Between us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Jeff Stacey, as he was stabled alongside Bob at the time, and we were talking about it, and Jeff Stacey heard us, and so he had £10 each way too. I put his £10 each way.
Yeah.
And he had a few good horses too, Jeff Stacey.
Yeah, Caraman was one of his better ones that I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he got Caraman off of, what's the bloke's name? He always had horses with Bobby.
Yeah.
Jack Crago.
Oh, Jack Crago, yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, Jack owned Caraman, and he gave it to Jeff.
Yeah.
But
there we go. So that's a little bit of the punting side of things. Let's talk about the training side. So Bobby said, okay, look, you had horses in ownership.
Yeah.
I remember one of the horses you had was Ben Cobb that you actually bred out of Miss Barbina.
Yes.
And he was a really consistent horse. But it wasn't long after that, then Bobby said, you should start looking at, you probably get your own trainer's license.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah.
Because Peter was old enough to help, and I had another son called Alan. They were old enough to do a few things with them. And
yep.
so, that's how we got started.
Yeah. All right, so you had Alan that I remember driving in races, one of your sons. Peter, obviously another son, was the most successful and dedicated to it as well.
Yes.
Patrick, another son, very good at working the horses and
very good.
knowing what they can and can't do.
Yeah, very, very, very good at working a horse and telling you this horse is ready to win, Dad.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very good.
Yeah. So they were your three sons?
Yes.
And a couple of daughters?
3 daughters.
3 daughters?
Yeah. Jennifer.
Yep.
Who's married to Graham Whelan.
Yep.
And Kay, who lives in Melbourne.
Yep.
And Suzanne, who's never been interested in the trots.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, so you're a big family. You come from a big family. You've got a big family of your own. A lot of people think 6 kids is pretty good.
Yes. Yeah.
So with that time, you started training horses. Where were you? You obviously weren't located at Woodville Gardens then. Was that?
Yeah, I used to rent a stable out here.
Okay. Yep.
And come out every day.
Yep.
I had rented a stable off of Jeff Woodall.
Yep.
And then my daughter Kay, I don't know how she planned it, but she built the house in Daniel Avenue.
Yeah.
And then one day she just said to me, "Dad, you can buy this house." And so we bought the house and built the stables there ourselves, and that's how we got fairly big time into it.
Yeah, okay. So at your highest stage, you remember how many horses you had in work?
Probably 12.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, 12.
Now I've got to say, looking through the records, probably the one that shows your biggest victory, I suppose, is Robust Venture. Winning the Southern Cross, as we know it now.
Yeah.
Back in those days, it was
He
called
won
the
the 2 and
Sire
3.
Stakes.
Yeah, he won 2 and 3-year-old.
Yeah, and I've got a bone to pick you with about that, but tell me your story about Robust Venture.
Well, we bred him. I leased a mare called Advent off of a bloke called Bill Davin from Victoria.
Yeah.
And it won a couple of races, and he was a pretty big breeder, Bill. And after it won a couple of races, he said to me, "You should buy that horse. I don't want it to go anywhere else."
Mm.
So I bought Advent for $400
Yes.
in them days. and I think she won 12 or 14, 15 races herself, and a lot of money in them days. And then we started to breed from her, and she had 7 or 8 foals. 6 of them won pretty good races, and one foal didn't get to, one foal died, and the other foal was a mare, and she didn't get to the races, but she was the mother of Fire and Brimstone.
Okay, yeah.
And I think he won pretty close to 30 races out here on the Globe Derby.
Yeah, he was a ripper.
Yeah. But
so Robust Venture, out of Advent as well.
yes.
Won the 2-year-old Southern Cross final.
Yes.
Right, as we know, back in those days was sire stakes.
Yep. And then he never won another race until
the 3-year-old. This is the bone I wanted to pick with. He wins a 2-year-old sire stakes, doesn't win a race for the rest of the year, fronts up at the 3-year-old after finishing 8th in the heat to get into the final, and then he wins the final. So what's going on there, Donnie?
Well, that was partly your uncle's fault.
Oh, okay. What did he do?
Because Peter was doing something, and Bob came to work it a couple of times, and he said to us, Jesus, this horse, it hadn't won a race previous.
Yeah.
He said, geez, this horse is going good. Mm. So we just kept it quiet and got into the final. Mm. And then he won, and I think we got 80 to 1 each way about him. Yeah. But Bob said, just put him away, don't show him up anywhere. So that's what we done. So it's your family's fault too.
Oh, okay. But that's good. I mean, and back in those days, like the sire stakes final were 35,
it was a lot of money.
Yeah, back in, like, we're talking 1996, 1997.
It was a lot of money.
Yeah. So even though he wasn't your best horse, but he probably financially set you up.
Oh, yes. Yes, he did, yeah. Yes, well, we had a lot of good horses after that. Yeah. Around that time. I think the best horse we potentially had was a horse called Scarlet Tiger. Okay. I bought him off of Gordon Rothacker for some people, and we only paid $1,000 for him. Mm. But I think we won 3 or 4 races. He ended up in Broken Hill, but he had a lot of ability. He was out of Gordon Rothacker's real good mare. Yeah. But he was a nice horse.
But we didn't get to see it on the racetrack that much.
No, I won 4 races with him here. The first start we gave him at Gawler, he won by the length of the straight. Okay. He had that much ability. Yeah. And yes, had some real nice horses.
All right. What do you think of some of the better horses that you've raced?
Fire and Brimstone was the best.
The best one, yeah.
Renmark's Pride was another good horse. Yeah. Caven was another good horse. Ortega was another good horse. Oriel Beauty was another good one. Oriel Speedwagon was another good one. Mayu, Scotch Gem. We had a lot of pretty handy horses.
Had a good run, and Peter drove a lot of winners. Do you know how many winners you've had as a trainer? Has anyone kept count or told you?
I wouldn't know, but it'd have to be getting close to 200.
Yeah. And, like you said, it started off where just running the local milky, you thought, I might get involved in this sport, but the timing was right. I mean, back in those days, you could make reasonable money. Yes. You know what I mean? Through the prize money and so forth to get there, you know. Right place, right time, Donnie. Yes. Made the right decision.
Yeah, well, I just got lucky. Yeah, just got lucky.
I want to talk about your, just to revert back to your boiler making days. I mean, was that all you did as a professional? What were some of the jobs that you had as a kid leading into becoming a boiler?
No, that was the first job I started I went to it when I was 13. Because Mum had all the kids and there was no dad, I had to leave school early and go to work. Yep. And I happened to walk into a little engineering place well, it's a big engineering place called Gibbon Millers on the Port Road.
Yep.
And I started there as just a lackey sweeping up and stuff like that, and after about 6 months there, they said, "We think you can learn a trade here," so they give me an apprenticeship.
Yep.
When I was 14, I think, and that's all I done all my life was boiler maker.
Yeah. You do any of that now?
Not anymore. No, I've given it up now.
Yeah, fair enough. And you've done some pretty, like, we mentioned that you built the horse float from Uncle Bob.
Yes.
Didn't you do a couple of big transport trucks?
Yeah, I done one for Kevin Dempsey.
Kevin Dempsey,
10-horse truck. Yeah.
So you built that yourself? Yeah.
In the backyard.
Yeah, right.
Yes, in the backyard.
Yeah.
But I never had it. Once I learnt my trade, I never had any trouble getting a job. I'd have a blue at work and just walk out, and by the time I'd get home, there'd be someone ringing up to give me another job.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had a reputation as a pretty fair boiler maker.
Yeah.
And I'd done a lot of big jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of big jobs.
Now, back to harness racing. Some of the biggest thrills that you've had as a trainer and or an owner, or even with Peter driving winners, what's some of the biggest thrills you've had?
Renmark's Pride winning the race for the horses bought from the sales,
Yep.
the graduate pace.
Yes.
That was a big thrill because we bought him. Nobody wanted to buy him at the sale, and Alan Tapp bought him for me.
Yep.
But at the sale, he had a big bog spavin on his leg.
Okay, that's why no one wanted him.
And no one wanted him,
Yeah.
and I said to Taffy, he's got I can fix that bog spavin. I'm not sure, I think he got him for $1,800, which wasn't a lot of money then. And he repaid him many times over, because he had brilliant gate speed and he could stick on a bit.
Yeah. I want to talk about Alan Tapp because you had a good association with him, and you actually told me one time, I told you, just in discussion, Donnie, I'm going over to the Inter-Dominion in Tasmania, going over with David Fowler, we're doing our media work there as workmates, and you said, well, why don't you get hold of Tappy, he might be able to help you out with some accommodation.
Because he used to work for Farrell Brothers, who owned the casino in Tasmania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he set us up.
Yeah.
I thought we'd just get a basic room. And I didn't know Alan from a bar of soap. He come and approached me. He said, "Oh, Donnie said you want a room in Tassie." He gave us the suite. We had a suite each. We lived like kings.
Yes, he was. He didn't own Cope Transport, Tappy, but he started it for Farrell Brothers.
Yep.
And it's turned into a pretty big business now, and one of my grandsons is the SA manager there now.
Okay.
Yeah, he got the job through Alan
Yep.
Tapp, and he's really kicked on Matthew, and he's the one driving the horses now.
Yeah. So this is why you stopped training for a while, and you got back into training.
12 years I didn't have a horse.
Yep.
I stopped when I got sick, and I stopped when I was 72, and then I had a few problems with a lad of mine, and I had to get something for him to do, so Shane Loon got us a horse called Uwe Johnson.
Yes.
Just over 12 months ago. Well, he wasn't a winner when we got him, but we in 12 months we won 7 races with him, and Patrick was the one doing all the work.
Yep.
So that's why I got back into it. But now my grandson wants to have a go, so I've got to kick on with him.
Yeah. So Matthew's doing all your driving now, and even his son, I think Declan, is starting to get involved as well.
He's going for his permit in a few weeks' time, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a thrill for you to get horses back up, and Matthew driving winners, and Huey's done a great job and did a great job.
And he will. He's nearly ready to come back. he had a hole in a tendon, and that's why his last few starts he probably didn't perform as good. But the vet stem celled it.
Okay.
And it looks like it's come back as good, so we've got hopes that he's going to come back shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, getting back to your major winners or anything that makes you laugh from the sport of harness racing in the time that you've been involved. Any funny stories that you can think of, Don?
Not really. I can remember one night abusing Gerald Layla over the fence because give Matthew a drive on Fire and Brimstone.
Yeah.
And he won, but he drifted out up the straight, and Jeffrey ran second, and we'd won by, I don't know, 7 or 8 metres. And when they come back to weigh in, I heard Layla say to Jeffrey Webster, "You're going to protest." And I can distinctly remember Jeffrey saying, "No, there's nothing in it." But anyway, the protest was lodged, but by the time I got down to the steward's room to have a go at him, it had been upheld.
Really?
And he was a good bloke, Layla, because I should have got into trouble for the abuse I levelled at him. but he just told me to get out the room and keep quiet. Yes.
Because you can get a bit hot-headed sometimes, Donnie.
Yeah,
a little fiery
so.
Guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Where were you born?
North Adelaide.
Yeah, but obviously here in
South Australia.
In South Australia, but and your family background? No one obviously before you in trots or harness racing?
No. I had a brother that was a pretty good footballer in his day, a league player, and my dad was a good footballer, but most of the family were involved in football.
Yeah.
Where like a lot of football, and Jack Odie's a second cousin of mine, and Mick Maldhouse's grandfather and my grandmother were brother and sister. And
okay.
So it's been a fair bit of footy in the family.
Footy, yeah, and Matt does a bit of footy and coaching and stuff like that as well. So
yeah. I was pretty good as a young player.
Yeah.
I played in, used to be called Senior Colts.
Okay.
I played Senior Colts for Port Adelaide, and I reckon I played with probably some of the best players they ever had down in that day.
Yeah.
I played with Peter Obst, and same side as Peter Obst, Trevor Obst, Brian Keys, John McBain, who ended up being a bookmaker.
Yep.
Dave Gill, some real good footballers.
Yeah.
But I was married, and we had a couple of kids at the time, and Val made me stop playing football.
Yeah. Okay, saves broken bones out on the footy field anyway, Don.
Yeah, well, you never used to get nothing if you got hurt in them days.
All right, so with harness racing, anything you want to tick off on the bucket list before you finish up training? Anything you want to, or where do you see yourself in 5 years' time, I suppose, Don?
I'll be 90 years old. I hope I'm still going, Jim. But no, I think it's at a pretty low ebb. There's a few things I'd like to see him change, but I don't think they will. I think the national rating system is totally unfair.
Mm.
I think it's going to lead to a lot of people that, like with ordinary horses, people that have got one or two that just do it for the fun of it. I think you'll find that they'll drop out because the cost of a licence is too dear to keep going.
Yeah. All right, I'll put something on your bucket list for you. You've trained a winner for your son driving.
Yes.
Peter.
Yes.
You've trained a winner for your grandson driving.
Yes.
Matthew Whelan.
Yes.
Now I've got something for the bucket list. Train a winner for your great-grandson.
I will.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
That's for Declan.
Yes. Well, I'll do my best.
Thanks, Donnie, for your time.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks for the interview.
Yeah, cheers. There's Donnie Thomas, and there's a little bit about his story and the background. And yeah, you can work it out. There's 4 generations of harness racing, and something from a family that was never involved in harness racing. So it's pretty big.